All right, greetings, everybody.
Hello.
Greetings. It is me and Lily.
Pescadita.
Yes, and we are here to talk about, what is it, happiness. Happiness. What does happiness mean to you, basically? So let's start off with that. What does it mean to you? What is happiness in your definition? Because everybody has a different definition, right? What could that mean for you?
That is a deep question. I think for me, it means it's like a combination of things. I think it would be like satisfaction with where I'm at that moment, but also knowing that I'm working towards another goal. But I don't think like it's like something that I'll ever be like, wow, I'll be happy from this point on, just because I've never felt like I can settle.
So from what I understand, is it something that, in your definition, that you're doing something, everything you do, I guess, where you're working towards, it's working for yourself, right? Working for yourself, not for somebody else.
And personally, yeah. Okay. But also, like, I still would love to collaborate, with people that I want to collaborate with. There's like people out there that I do want to work in partnership with, or work. Maybe I can work on some projects with them, but not anything like, I don't see myself working a normal job, I guess, like a 9 to 5. I came from that, the corporate job with the benefits, like that's kind of where I came from. And so I think that kind of stepping out of that has made me realize, and it's scary shit, because I'm like, I don't want to live my life like that. But also I'm like, oh my God, I'm scared, because I'm like, where's my next paycheck going to come from?
Right. There's no thing that's just set every week to be getting in there. Now it's like, oh, now you actually got to look for it other ways.
Yeah, exactly. What about you? Like, what do you think? Well, what's happiness to you?
I think, fuck, man. I think doing the things that I want to do to make money, which means...
And good money.
Yeah, which makes what?
And good money, not just like shitty money.
Being able to make money on things that I want to do. There you go. That's what it is. Being able to make money on things that I want to do, and use that to make a living off of. That's what it would be to me. That's what happiness is to me. And I think from that, like, you don't have to be, so I've been doing like regular jobs, obviously, for my whole life so far. Up until now, I've been doing everything. Like, I've been working a regular job, right? Yeah. And some jobs are, every job has like different things that you do, right?
Pros and cons.
Yeah, pros and cons. To me, I work, like, how should I put this? It's not what I want to do for the rest of my life, right? For now, it's like, it's good for right now, I guess.
So you're thankful for it now, but it's not what you see yourself doing for the rest of your life.
Right, exactly, yeah. And I just, like a bunch of other people, I'm sure, they deal with this job that they have, right? It's not fulfilling for them. It's not what they want to be doing forever. Right. But at the same time, I guess from what I've seen so far, is a lot of people don't see their way out of it, I guess is what I'm saying. I've talked to a couple people, and they're in the same boat, right? But they don't know, they don't like what they do, and they don't like where their life is headed, because they've been doing the same shit for years, right? And they want to do something different, but either they don't do it because either one, they're scared, or two, they think that, like, oh, I've already gotten out so high up here in this job, right?
That's
as to where I leave now, I got to start somewhere else at the bottom. I don't want to fucking do that.
Like, in life, like, I think like people feel like they just need to keep climbing like the ladder. Yeah,
and then once they get up there, they can't afford to say, you know what, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna get different pay. Exactly. Because if I do, then what? Then I'm never gonna see this money again, which isn't true. Which isn't true. That just means you got to do different things. That
reminds you of somebody.
Yeah, which isn't true. You got to do. You can't. That's what people have, that mentality of. They're like, I'm never gonna find another job that just is good. And then when I think about it, I'm like, you really gonna stick with this bullshit ass job because of the things that you do? Like,
I mean, to give those people benefit, though, I was one of those people. Like, I think that when I found like my old corporate job, like, I was like that. I'm like, I'm not leaving because it's good money. The hours are fine. Like, they weren't the best. I would work my 40-hour weeks, and I would do some overtime here and there. But I had like a set schedule, everything that anybody ever wanted in like a job. And I think that for my parents, my parents are like super entrepreneurial spirit. They always have pushed me to do things that make me scared to do, that are outside of the box, and think outside the box. But also, it was funny, or it was interesting, I think, to see them react to when I said, I want to leave this job. I think that when they reacted, they said, oh, like, mejor no lo hagas, mejor quédate. You know, no es buena idea. And I'm like, well, aren't you the ones who are telling me about the entrepreneurial thing? Like, so how come y'all are kind of freaked out about this? But I think it's kind of natural. I think anybody would freak out, you know, especially, I think about, like, okay, having a house, or if you have some kind of financial thing happening where you can't stop paying it, you can't afford to stop working at your job, you need to have something secure, right, to get that income.
90% of the people that I've ever met and know about, they don't like what the hell they do. They just kind of deal with it. They deal with it, or they say, this is all right, I guess. They're not too bad, whatever, like, I can do with this, whatever, don't matter. But, like, you look at their face and it's like, well, I don't want to do this forever. And if some people are happy with their jobs, fuck it, then you made it. To me, I think, like, if you're doing what you love, then fuck it. You already, you know, I mean, you already made it. You're working your job.
Can't relate, bro.
You go home. I can't relate. Right? For the people that are happy, you go to your job, right? And then you go home. You spend that time with your family. You do extra things that you do, like extracurricular, I don't know what, like softball teams on Tuesdays or Wednesdays or whatever, or you go on Sundays to, I don't know, the pumpkin patch, whatever. I'm just making shit up, you know what I mean? Like, they have their free time to do things that they want with their family, I guess. And to some people, that's fine. You know, that's fine. Right? If you love doing that, then you don't need to fucking listen to what I'm saying. For me, I think that's why we started this whole podcast. So that's why we started doing the whole brand thing, because we're like, you know what? We're still young. If we don't do this now, we're never going to do it. That's the way I looked at it. If we don't do this now, when the hell are we going to do it? If we don't actually take the steps of doing something now, you know, when? Because this is something that we've always wanted to do. But I think the thing that pushed it a little more was the whole quarantine. That we're like, you know, we have extra time. We might as well do it.
Well, I think it's always been like a bug, like, inside of our brains. Yeah. You know, I think, quarantine kind of sped it up. But I think that, like, for me... It's one of those things where it's like I need to have a goal, and I feel like it's kind of like what they say about success. You know, they say, like, success, there's never gonna be a point where you're gonna be like, wow, like, I'm successful, like, I made it. Like, there's always more that you want. There's always more. Some people say that that's unhealthy, but I don't care. Shit. I want more always. Yeah. You know, some people say that's, oh my God, that's too ambitious. It's like, so the fuck, like, I want to live my life, and I want to live it to the max, you know? Entonces, there's never going to be a point for me where I'm like 100% like, wow, like, I made it. I think there'll be moments where I'll be like, whoa, like, this actually happened. And maybe I think that's how I treat, like, sports, like, in powerlifting. Like, I'm like, coach always tells me, like, anytime I'm like, oh my God, like, we're doing more sets of this, like, or I'm doing that, and he's like, just enjoy the process, or enjoy the moment, como dice, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, for what? I just want to hit the next thing, you know, like, I have my next goal. But I think that I get you. I feel like I think that's scary sometimes if you leave your job and you try to do something else. I mean, I've had many experiences doing other, you know, side projects or like other things, you know, with my time, other side hustles or whatever. And now we're kind of diving into, like, more things with us together, which I think is really cool. I appreciate that in our relationship, because I think that it's cool to have, like, that support person there, you know? But yeah, I think that it's sometimes I'm like, oh my God, you know, I've had the thought where it's like, I want to go back. Maybe I should go back to a corporate job. Yeah. And I think anybody has had that, especially when you're not in that anymore, because you're like, what am I doing? Like, there's, like, times when you're like, what am I doing? Like, oh my God, like, where's my next paycheck going to come from or whatever. But te tienes que aguantar. So anybody out there watching this, if you want to do something, like, you have to go for it, because there's no other way you're going to figure it out. That's kind of what we did, you know? And I think that it just took longer to decide to do it than to actually do it. Yep. You know, like with the shirts, with the t-shirts.
I think it was just, it's just a matter of like, oh, we can do it, but when? And then finally, I think one day we were just like, you know what the fuck are we waiting for? Let's just go do it. And we're like, screw it, let's do it. And then that's when we just went and started figuring out how to do the shirt stuff and how to do the brand, how to start the podcast and all that. So there's other things that we're working on too, like, that we're trying to figure out. I'm not saying that we're fucking perfect, but, like, I mean, it's just a matter of doing the stuff. I think that's what kind of slows us down sometimes. Well, at least me. I'm like, oh, I gotta figure this out. I gotta do that. Like, so
the figuring out process.
For some people that don't know, like, I just started doing music. I was just talking to her earlier about this. I've always wanted to do music, right? So I finally started doing it. But the thing is, the thing that would always, when I think of it in the back of my head, would be, fuck, I gotta learn Pro Tools. I gotta look at Pro Tools. I gotta see how this works and how that works. So then I think I just got fed up. I think for me, I just got fed up and I was like, screw it. I'm just gonna take the time to do it. So I started doing it, right? I got a beat. You know, I leased the beat, right? So I started doing it and I posted it on Pro Tools on the program. I started messing with it. I got the music done or the song done. I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. This is a lot easier. And then it started getting fun when you actually did it, right? And then
it's yes, I don't sound that bad.
Yeah, I was like, this sounds cool. This is pretty fun. Like, you know, I get it. This is awesome, sweet. And then when I started doing it, like now it comes down to the editing part.
Yeah.
Like, okay, well, let's figure out what these plugins doing all this shit. And I started figuring out the EQ and the reverb. When you look at the stuff, like, okay, I have to do, from order to get to here to there, I have to do all this stuff in between. That's a lot of shit. Now, what do I got to do? You mean I got to learn from this to there? And that's, I think, what slowed me down.
It's intimidating.
Yeah, it's intimidating. And then it's like, I want to pay someone to do it, but then at the same time, I could save money if I just do it myself.
Yeah.
So then now I kind of figured out, we were just talking about it earlier, that I need to go get the extra version of Pro Tools to finish the song because I don't like the way it sounds. The song is good. I don't like the way it sounds like this, and I gotta add this over here and the reverb over here and the EQ because it just sounds like ass if I don't do it. And then the whole thing with the podcast, we were like, oh, I need to go get a mic. How do I do this? And then, but it's just like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, and I think the cool thing is too that now with all the technology that exists, like you don't necessarily need the most expensive, you know, you don't need Pro Tools or like the paid version, or you don't even need these mics, you know, to start recording. We're using my iPhone to record this podcast.
Oh, no, we're using a Canon.
Yeah, and so like we're using for my piece with Latino USA, the piece was on voice memos. So like that's kind of like the thing that, like, if you really want to do something, just you'll figure it out as you go. You don't need top-notch things. You don't need to get like a sound system of quién sabe qué. Like you can literally just go and record. Yeah, like at one point, and I'm always super like, I wouldn't say coda, but like really frugal with my money.
I don't even know what that means.
Like coda.
Oh, is that what frugal means?
Yeah, frugal, it means coda, like cheap. But I wouldn't say cheap. I would say smart. I'm always very smart about my money. Like I need to know where every penny is going with my money. Entonces, when we were figuring out certain things that we needed to purchase, or if we ever need to do like some kind of joint purchase or something, we're always looking at like, okay, hold on, like, do we really need this?
Yeah.
Like we were gonna buy this, like for this podcast, we were gonna buy like the freaking the Scarlett thing. Remember?
Oh, the Scarlett interface.
And then we were thinking about like all the like another 2 mics and something or whatever.
But the thing is that because we need an interface to do it, plug it into this shit. But you really don't need it because if you just go get a Yeti mic, which is what we have, it has a built-in interface. So that saved us a good couple $100.
Yep, exactly. And so like you don't need to go top notch for things like that. So if you want to start something, you could just start with the stuff that you have already at home or the stuff on your iPhone. There's like so many apps, and yeah, maybe the quality won't be the best, but it'll be something.
It just starts off with something.
You just gotta start. Exactly, you just gotta start. And that's kind of like we've been diving more into social media, using kind of like figuring out different kinds of platforms and stuff on social media. So the other cool thing is that the TikTok is kind of like a new thing that we started getting into. So if you haven't found us on TikTok yet, get on us. And your TikTok is? My
TikTok is same thing as Instagram, Enmero Iniestra. Which, by the way, my TikTok is kind of just going viral in the past, not to brag or nothing, but the past past day, I went from 16 followers to like, I think I'm almost at 200 followers, somewhere around there, because I did this dope ass story, which you gotta go look.
Yeah, scary. If you want to hear a scary story, go to his TikTok. Okay. If you want to see creative content that's like amazing, go to my TikTok. Which is Pescaita09. It's the same thing as my Instagram. But yeah, we're always trying to figure out kind of like more things, more technology, like diving into more of these things. And you know, I think that we kind of slept on TikTok a little bit, but now we're just like, okay, you know what, let's just try it. Like, why not? Like,
and who knows what could build out of it? You don't never know who's going to see.
Especially like with technology, man, you can do anything. You can literally do anything you want right now with technology.
You can, and I think now people, it's just a matter. I think, like I said earlier, that it just intimidates people that learning the stuff. For me, I've always been impatient with technology. It's like, if I can't figure it out, I lose my patience and I quit. I'm like, screw this. Yeah. Someone else figure it out. I hate this shit.
And also, like, we always say, like, all these things are tools, you know, like social media is a tool. Money is a tool. So, you know, there's always people who say, oh my God, social media is so bad for you. Or like, oh my God, money is so bad for you. It's not, guys. It's a tool, and it's a tool wherein when you have a good intent or good intentions, you will make the best of it. Obviously, if you have the wrong intentions, then you're going to be wasting a lot of time, and you're not going to do anything with it. But be blessed for the type of technology that we have right now, because it's something that we've never had before, and we can totally take advantage of it.
I don't think for us, well, at least for me, I'm never going to reach a full point, like you said, where, oh man, I'm happy now. I can just chill, I can relax and sit back and just watch TV and take a break, because I don't think for us, I guess it's safe to say that we're ever going to, well, at least for you and me, I don't know about everybody else, but at least for us, I don't think we're ever going to reach a point where we can just chill and relax. Because I think at least for me, I start these new things, right? And it's like, okay, I reached here. Now I want to get over there. So how can I get over there? And then, okay, I reached this. How can I get over here?
Right.
You know, and it's always going to be something where we always want to progress in things, no matter what we do.
Right.
Whether it's music, whether it's the brand, whether it's we want to do stuff like in acting, whether it's a powerlifting, whether it's in wrestling. We always want to be better. We always want to grow. And if there's a time, you know, when we can chill, you know, like let's go hang out over here.
Yeah,
like,
we still chill.
Yeah, we still chill. I'm not saying it's not hell no. Like Sundays, Sundays, like I chill. I mean, if I need to do something on Sundays, I still do it. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse to say because I know people that they say tomorrow's my day off, and I've been tired, and I'm just gonna sit down and I just not need to do nothing. But in my head, I'm like, well, you sit down all day at your job, so I mean, you're on the computer. But I understand. I understand the mental thing. I understand the mental thing. I get it. Man. I get it.
There is actually a mental thing, that. Though. When I worked at my old job, it was all sitting down in an office space and in my little cubicle. But I understand I would walk out of there tired.
It is. It's mentally draining. But does that mean that you're gonna go home the next day and just sit down all day?
Yes, because I need a day off where I'm not gonna think about anything and not use my brain.
Not doing things that you want to do?
Yeah, I just want one day to do nothing.
Really? So, okay.
I think that's okay.
Oh, okay. So if you're saying that because I know you're writing a book, right? So you're saying if your book, say tomorrow is your off day and today you've been at work, and then tomorrow your publicist or whatever says, hey, to push this book, we need to do this and this and this tomorrow. Are you going to say, sorry, I can't because I need my off day?
It depends on my priorities. You know, if you're like a person
who just wrote a book. And you're getting ready for a book.
Me, you know what my response is personally. Yes, I'm going to write.
Oh, there you go then. That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is that jobs have like a mental thing on your brain. Yeah. Like you're using your brain. So sometimes if you want one day to do nothing, that's not bad.
That's fine. I'm saying that. But a lot of people... Okay, I should have been more clear.
Let me resumir eso. Because in other words, what you're saying is... what we're saying is that if you really want to do something and you don't like your job or you don't like where you're at
or you don't like what you're doing in life
or you don't like what you're doing in life in general, then you on your day off need to get up off of your butt and go do some research on what it is that you do want to do. Because then when you use your day off to do nothing, and then you go back to the same thing and you complain again, it's like, bro, come on. Like, you're keeping yourself in the hole. Like, come on, bro.
The complainers. There you go. So let's put it like that.
I can't stand those people. I'm sorry. But that I can't, because I've had that experience. And I feel like we've all been there at one point, right? Of course. We've all been there. But at the same time, it is, I will say that it is energy that's it takes a lot out of you, you know, especially if you're trying to help somebody, if someone's complaining or someone's saying something and you're trying to help them, and then they go all like excited, and then they come back and they're like, nah, you know, and then it didn't work, or, you know, I hate this shit. Yeah. And then you tell them, did you do this? You know, this was my advice, right? And they go, no, I didn't. Well, then why are you talking to me for? Yeah. Like, why are you going to keep talking to me? Like, I'm done with you. Like, I don't want to go figure out your shit. And then when you finally do something positive, come back and talk to me. I think otherwise, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. You take away too much of my energy. Just to like... Protect your energy, people.
Just to wrap that part up, it's just... I think that everything that we're saying is for the people basically that complain. There is days that you just want to hang out and just chill, right?
Yeah.
Right? You just want to chill. Hell yeah, I have that too. Now, if I want to get this done, I need to go out there and do it. Because if I don't, it's never going to get done and it's just going to be sitting there. And then before I know it, years are going to pass by and I'm going to get even more pissed at myself for not doing this stuff.
Right, exactly.
That's what was my thing.
So if you want to do something, go out there, make it happen, and don't use any excuses. Just go, because we can do whatever we want to. And you're alive right now because you have a purpose. And I can't tell you what that is. We can't tell you what that is. You have to go and figure it out for yourself. But the one thing that we do have to say is happiness is something that you can find. You're going to have to figure it out, like what that is for you. But don't ever feel discouraged from actually figuring out what that is. No matter what your situation, you can always find it. Because
there's nobody is perfect in this life, and the only thing that God made perfect is my beard. You know? So, and go White Sox.
It's me.
And go White Sox. Go White Sox. Screw all you Cubs that just became fans in 2016. I know you guys just became fans those days. You guys don't even get me started on that. But follow me
Come back for the next episode.
And follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Mero Iniestra. And then follow
me at Pescadita09, Instagram, TikTok. And
our YouTube channel,
our YouTube channel. Vic and Lily. Subscribe, comment, like, and let us know what y'all want to hear next. And over and out.